Good news, it's going to be hard. Hard is good, but for most people, it's not. The reason why hard is good is simply because you need to reframe it inside of your mind. Because the second most of you hear something is hard, you're immediately discouraged. You sit and say, "Oh, it's going to be hard though." I sit and say, "Well, hard is good." If something to me is hard, that means it's valuable. That means it's now has value because the hard things that you go through and the things that take hard work to get, you want it because it's valuable. So you need to start to flip around and say, well, it's hard because it's valuable. So you need to sit and look at everything that's hard to get and say, well, the reason it's hard in the first place is because everyone can't get it. And if everybody could get it, well, it loses its value. You need to replace the word hard for valuable, and you will instantly see how discipline appears from thin air. You now get to discipline your mind. It's a mind shift. You get to say, you know what, getting six pack abs is valuable. Getting four pack abs is valuable. Having a strong body is valuable. Making money is valuable rather than saying it's hard because now you get to find the discipline necessary to complete the unfoldment of it from thin air. This allows you to eliminate all excuses from your mind and the need for constant trying and constant willpower. You now get to experience the world in a new way, in a new mind frame, which makes you as powerful as possible, which will unlock your mental fortitude for you to keep trying. Because a lot of people quit trying when they hear things is hard. Who cares if it's hard? I love hard. The reason I love hard is because that means there's value in it. Back in the 1900s or whenever the gold rush happened or whenever everyone was out digging in fields trying to find gold, they knew it was going to be hard. But guess what? They did it. The reason they did it is because it was valuable. That means when something is hard, that means on the other side, there's gold behind it. The fact that the business is hard, the fact is that the fact of the matter that that woman is hard to get is because there's business behind it. There's valuable assets behind it because there's gold behind it. So you need to link every single thing that you're trying to achieve and trying to do as something valuable. You need to genuinely link it to the concept of gold. Start your own goal. Let me elaborate. When you do something hard, instead of you saying, oh, this is going to be hard, just start to sit and say, you know what? It's gold behind it. It's gold behind it. That means it's something that I want behind it. Now, when you want something, of course, you're going to feel more compelled to doing it. So you need to link it to the value that it has. When you think about doing something hard from now on, I want you to link it to the value that it has. Start to sit and say, you know what? This is going to be valuable. The reason it's hard is because it's valuable. Now you get to place yourself at the center front. You get to move to the earth with sheer faith and belief. Now it removes the need to force yourself for willpower. Now the willpower is now applied to you. God in the universe is applying the willpower. And your subconscious, it starts to become more easier, more effortless to do. So when I'm thinking in this, when I'm thinking in this certain way, I'm starting to think that this sheer brute force of willpower when it takes to do something hard can instantly be reframed in your side inside of your mind. The instance of things being hard can be reframed inside of your mind to make it more easier than it was by you simply placing goal behind it, by you sitting saying, well, this thing that I want is hard because it's valuable, there's gold behind it. The reason why most people are not getting views, well, we know who get the most views is value behind it. The reason why people can't get attention in their business is hard because it's value behind it. The reason why people struggle to get their first customer is because once you do, you start to recognize there's value behind it. Value is linked directly to the correlation of hardship. Hard things and hardship and value is directly correlated. It's inexorably linked. It goes hand to hand. So I would never sit and cower myself out to say, "Oh, this is going to be hard." No, this is going to be valuable. I get to go through it, and I get some value out of it. So hard things are made to mold you and to make you become more valuable. So when you understand that, you start to go through things which are hard to acquire, or you get things which are hard to acquire, or you do things which are hard to do. So therefore, in turn, you become more valuable because value and hardship is directly linked. So when people hear you have went through hard things, people hear you have done certain things which other people cannot do, they sit and say, well, that is a valuable specimen. That is a valuable man. So when people look at me and they see how strong I am, how smart I am, how fast and how capable I am, how sexy I am, how charismatic I am, they start to sit and say, well, that's hard to get. It's hard to be Preme. So that's why Preme is valuable. Once you start to look everything in that aspect, a new world starts to open up. You start to see opportunities where opportunities didn't exist because you no longer get discouraged by the word hard. Everybody gets discouraged by the word hard. Oh, it's hard. When they hear the word hard, they don't even want to try anymore. I can tell you this from previous experience, hanging around with people, talking to people, hearing them say something is, oh, but that's hard to do. Okay, good. So you need a mind frame of Preme to sit and say, hard is good. Hard isn't going to stop me from trying. Hard isn't going to defeat me because my mind is impenetrable and I know I can do anything I put my mind to. This is how you need to operate through earth, and these are the lessons that I've learned currently. I've been knew this, but I just like to elaborate on lessons because every single day is a lesson. You need to learn from everybody. You need to learn from every circumstance. Everybody you interact with is feedback for future events. It's information which must be processed. So you need to do things which are normally hard, and you need to talk to people you would normally talk to and instantly get the feedback inside of your mind. You need to reflect and ponder upon these things so you can garner new information and turn knowledge into wisdom. See, wisdom and all of these things come from life lived, not necessarily by age, because age does not define wisdom. I know a lot of people who have no wisdom because they didn't do anything with their life. They're older, but they're still dumb. So knowledge and wisdom comes genuinely by age. I know much more wisdom than a lot of older people. So you need to genuinely start to think inside of your mind how you can extract wisdom and information from the world in the quickest way possible without being impatient. Do you understand? In the quickest way possible, I mean this in a way of not giving into grass is greener always syndrome. That's not even how you say it. Grass is greener syndrome. Do not always give in to the grass is always greener syndrome. That means jumping from this to that and never figuring out the elements of said thing for you to see the goal behind it. This means the second it get hard, you need to be able to continue. The second that it get hard, you should not be able to give up. The second that it get hard, you need to sit and say, good. I have now been given the chemical compound element that is required for me to become a formidable opponent in every realm. When bad things happen, when hard things happen, I sit and say, good. J. Preme, this sad thing is going to be hard. Nobody has ever climbed this mountain before. You will be the first. It's going to be hard though, Preme. Why would you still do it? Because there's gold behind it. There's something behind it that's tangible that I want. That's the reason why I do hard things. That's the reason why I put myself through training every single day. Because I know it's hard for people to train every day. It's a mental exercise for me at this point. The reason why I train is no longer to make my body look better. In fact, I had my best body composition at a certain age, at a certain stage in my life. And with that body composition, I sat and said, you know what? This is my fantastic body. But now I want to merely train for mental discipline at this point. I've already achieved my fantastic body. Now I want to train genuinely because it's hard to train every day. Nobody else wants to train every day. So that's why I did a mental switch to start to make myself go through hard things which normal people do not want to do. Normal humans do not want to go through hard things. They don't want to go through the hardship. They don't want to go through the pain required, the suffering required to become strong. So this is why I say that every man should start to put himself through hard things. But you need to switch and say valuable things. Every man should start to put himself through valuable things which will increase his value. But once you start to go on a valuable search of how to become a high status and get more value and get into the elite level value of man, you start to look for opportunities. And the opportunities you start to look for, it starts to be the opportunities which people didn't complete. And that's truly how you become more valuable. Doing things that normally people wouldn't do. That's why people will see a lot of value on college, you could say. Personally, I don't find value in it, but a lot of people do because they spent 4 years of their life studying something, or they did 6 years studying to get this certain degree. They can say it's hard, but I also believe the opposite is hard. Not going and studying something else for 4 years, you didn't have a degree, and you managed to be successful. That's also valuable as well. So doing things normal people can't normally do or wouldn't do makes you a valuable man. It makes you more valuable than the last version of yourself. So if any man looking out there trying to genuinely increase his value, that's what I would say. Go out and do hard things, go out and do valuable things, and go out and do things that has goal behind it. You know it's hard because it has goal behind it. Normally people wouldn't do this said thing, but I'm doing it because a lot of people wouldn't do it. So therefore, I increase my value in the end. You know where to find me. And if you want this mindset that I have, I will implore unto you the mysteries of this mindset. The link is in the description. The program is there. I'll tell you every single thing about every facet of life, how you can be so peaked to the point where every facet is organized and you can live in your desired reality through your mind. So that program is out in link in the description. I have the free Telegram there as well for those of you who are ready to join the community and escape from the slave programming, the poverty programming of which they have instilled into you. They taught you how to think, they taught you how to behave. Now, if you want to reverse that process, my free Telegram is down link in the description. Right now, we have 100 men inside currently, actively, all using this power to their advantage. So I'll see you.